What if your psychological state is being shaped by a cycle most people never consciously observe? Not metaphorically, not symbolically alone, but biologically, emotionally, energetically, and psychologically every single month. For thousands of years, Hermeticists, occult philosophers, astrologers, alchemists, and mystics believed the moon was not passive. It acted. Éliphas Lévi wrote extensively about this in The Doctrine and Ritual of High Magic, describing the moon as a force that moves the magnetic field of the earth itself. The tides of the ocean are the obvious example. But Lévi believed the same movement exists within the human system as well. The body, the nervous system, the psyche, the emotions, even what occult traditions called the astral field. Because human beings do not exist outside nature. They exist inside its rhythm. And perhaps this is why so many emotional states feel cyclical rather than random. Periods of emotional heaviness, mental restlessness, creative surges, heightened dreams, increased intuition, introspection, emotional amplification. Ancient traditions believed these shifts were connected to lunar movement because the moon acts as a kind of biological metronome, a cosmic clock synchronizing internal tides with external cycles. The moon is not merely symbolic, it is structural. And once you begin observing the cycle consciously, emotional patterns stop feeling random and begin feeling predictable. This is where lunar alchemy begins, not with superstition, but with awareness. Because every moon phase alters the direction of psychic energy differently, and ancient occult systems developed specific forms of ritual, manifestation, introspection, and energetic work aligned with each phase. The cycle begins with the new moon, the point of darkness, the point of beginning. Most people misunderstand the new moon because externally it appears empty. But occult traditions viewed this emptiness as pure potential, a psychological void before manifestation. Lévi described this phase as favorable for beginning because the energetic field contains less interference and more openness for directed intention. This is why the new moon became associated with manifestation rituals, intention setting, visualization, sigil work, goal writing, prayer, shadow work, and planting subconscious seeds. Not because magic instantly appears overnight, but because the psyche is more receptive during states of symbolic emptiness. The new moon is psychologically inward, quiet, subconscious. The ideal time to ask, what am I actually trying to build? What patterns must die? What direction am I consciously choosing? This is also one of the best phases for solitude, journaling, meditation, silence, and disconnecting from digital overstimulation. Because silence strengthens subconscious clarity. Then the cycle moves into the waxing moon. This is where energy begins expanding outward. Lévi described this phase as hot, meaning active, expansive, and externally directed. Momentum increases. Thought becomes more forceful. Motivation rises. The psyche naturally becomes more future-oriented. This is why ancient magical traditions often use the waxing moon for growth rituals, money magic, career advancement, creative projects, love attraction, confidence building, and manifestation work tied to expansion. Psychologically, this is the best phase for action. Building habits, launching projects, networking, learning, creating, physical movement, taking calculated risks. The waxing moon represents energetic accumulation. And perhaps one of the most important occult insights here is that manifestation is not passive wishing. It is alignment between intention and action. The moon phase simply amplifies certain psychological conditions already present within the psyche. Then comes the full moon. Maximum expression, maximum visibility, maximum amplification. Lévi described the full moon as the peak of intensity, where energy becomes most visible and difficult to ignore. This is why emotions often feel heightened during the full moon. not necessarily because the moon magically controls people, but because psychological pressure rises closer to the surface. The subconscious becomes louder, the psyche becomes more reflective, more reactive, more revealing. This is why the full moon became associated with divination, ritual magic, dream work, tarot, astral projection, energy charging, crystal rituals, group ceremonies, and heightened states of consciousness. The full moon is not ideal for planting intention. It is ideal for illumination, revelation, visibility, observation. Many occult traditions believed this was when hidden truths surface more easily psychologically, which is why emotional reactions during the full moon often reveal unresolved subconscious material. The key is not becoming consumed by emotional amplification, but observing it consciously. Because the full moon acts like a mirror. Whatever already exists internally becomes brighter. This is also one of the strongest phases for manifestation rituals involving emotional intensity, because emotion strengthens subconscious imprinting. The psyche becomes more energetically charged. Then the cycle begins turning inward again through the waning moon. Lévi described this movement as becoming dry and eventually cold. Energy withdraws, reflection increases, external momentum decreases. This phase became associated with banishing rituals, cord cutting, breaking addictions, ending cycles, releasing unhealthy attachments, purification, detoxification, and shadow integration. Psychologically, the waning moon is about subtraction, refinement, correction, not expansion. This is one of the most powerful times to ask, what is draining my energy? What emotional patterns repeat endlessly? What habits weaken my mind? What attachments are fragmenting my consciousness? The waning phase exposes energetic leaks, and ancient occultists believed this was essential because true power requires containment as much as expansion. Then eventually, the cycle returns again to darkness. The void before rebirth, the unconscious before reconstruction, and the process repeats endlessly. Expansion, amplification, release, silence. The moon became one of the central symbols of occult philosophy because it mirrored the structure of consciousness itself. The psyche does not move linearly. It moves cyclically. Modern society ignores this completely. Every day is expected to function identically. Constant productivity, constant stimulation, constant emotional consistency. But nature itself does not operate this way. And perhaps this is why so many people feel disconnected psychologically. The nervous system never fully resets. The psyche never fully descends into silence. The subconscious never fully processes accumulated emotional material. This is why awareness of lunar rhythm becomes psychologically powerful. Not because the moon controls you, but because unconscious cycles control people most strongly when they remain unseen. When you begin tracking your emotional states across lunar phases, patterns often become surprisingly visible. You begin noticing when motivation naturally rises, when introspection deepens, when emotional intensity increases, when creativity surges, when exhaustion appears, when intuition sharpens, and when the psyche naturally seeks silence. The goal is not dependency on astrology. The deeper goal is synchronization with rhythm itself. Because the more consciously you observe these cycles, the less unconsciously controlled by them you become. And perhaps this was the deeper occult secret behind lunar alchemy all along. The moon was never only about the sky. It was about understanding the hidden tides moving through consciousness itself.